It's been 3 decades since this pair of ambitious Game Boy titles changed the landscape of handheld gaming forever. While Pikachu ended up becoming the face of the franchise, there is one other Pokemon that represents the very soul and essence of it. Welcome to Drawn to the Decks, the show where we strip away the stats and the typing to look at the visual logic that makes a Pokemon iconic. And to celebrate 30 years of catching them all, we're covering the Pokemon that's solely responsible for the birth of those playground rumors, the elusive number 151, Mew. What makes Mew truly iconic isn't just its look, but how that look was originally delivered to us. In 1996, there were no official renders on social media or high-quality sprites on a wiki. Mew existed in a state of digital folklore. This era of mystery actually strengthened the design. Because players couldn't easily see it, they had to rely on their imagination, envisioning this primordial ancestor based on grainy photos and word of mouth. Its design signified that the world of Pokemon was deeper than what was on the box art, that there were secrets in the code waiting for those brave enough to look. That wait is something modern Mythicals often lack. Today, the internet reveals everything in a click, but Mew had us speculating and theorizing its design for years. The original games explicitly told us that there were 150 Pokemon, a definitive closed list. So when the world discovered a secret 151st creature, it shattered the boundaries of the game's reality. This revelation opened the floodgates of every player's imagination. Mew's design is further deepened by the haunting environmental storytelling of the Pokemon Mansion. Fans have long pointed out that Mew and Ditto share the same weight, the same pinkish-purple palette, and are the only two Pokemon that can naturally learn transform. Finding clusters of Ditto in the very labs where Mew was studied suggests a darker origin, that they are the failed clones left in the wake of Mewtwo's birth. This theory reinforces Mew's status as the ultimate unobtainable original, further strengthening its iconic image. While most legendaries and mythicals are designed to look powerful or intimidating, Mew was built to look harmless and curious. Its name is a clever play on mutation and the high-pitched meow of a kitten. It's a design that suggests a blank slate, the biological starting point from which all other Pokemon emerged. But how does something that simple carry the weight of being the ancestor of an entire universe? The answer lies in vertebrate embryology. Mew's design leans heavily into the aesthetics of a fetus. The oversized cranium, the large, soulful eyes, and those thin, curled-up limbs. This isn't by accident. By giving Mew these primordial features, the designers visually signal that this is the infant stage of the entire species' tree of life. Unlike its clone Mewtwo, Mew lacks any aggressive geometry. There aren't any sharp lines or jagged edges on Mew's design, only soft, flowing curves. Its most striking feature is that impossibly long whip-like tail ending in a slight bulb. This tail provides a sense of weightlessness, allowing Mew to drift through the air as if it's swimming through an invisible womb. In terms of color, Mew is bathed in a soft cotton candy pink. In nature, pink often represents new life, and by choosing this palette, the artists lean into the new species classification. Unlike the aggressive purples of Mewtwo, Mew's pink palette makes it feel approachable, but also ethereal. It's a color that suggests life in its purest, most unrefined form, containing the DNA of every Pokemon within a single shade of pink. Next up is the silhouette test. That rounded cat-like head with the small pointy ears, the pear-shaped body, and the signature tail create a shape that is instantly recognizable. It doesn't need spikes, wings, or complex accessories to stand out. Its grace comes strictly from its minimalism. Its habitual floating posture reinforces that embryonic theme, making it feel like an innocent child that doesn't comprehend the immense power that it holds. Now let's see how this 30-year-old legend stacks up. First up is silhouette clarity. That tail and floating posture are among the most iconic shapes in the Pokemon franchise. This is getting a 10 out of 10. Fundamental appeal. It captures that mythical vibe perfectly by being cute yet hauntingly ancient. We're giving this a 9 out of 10. Visual detail. Its minimalist design is a double-edged sword. While the simplicity backs up its design logic, it's almost a little too basic for most. We're giving this a 6 out of 10. Cultural longevity. Mew has defined the playground mythos trope. 30 years later, and it still remains the gold standard for mythical rarity. We're giving this a 10 out of 10. And with the final score of 35 out of 40, Mew floats its way into the A-tier ranking. Mew proves that you don't need a complex design to tell a complex story. It's a design that invites curiosity rather than fear, and it's the reason why, 30 years later, the mystery still lives on today. But I want to hear from you guys. In honor of the 30th anniversary, what is your first memory of Mew? Was it a legit distribution event, or were you convinced that the strength glitch would finally move that truck in Vermilion City? But that's about it for this episode. Tune in next time to see which Pokemon we're drawn to next, right here on Drawn to the Decks. See ya!